Hi everybody, Laura here for Simon Says Stamp. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've got a colorful project featuring several new products from the latest Yay You release. I'm going to start with the new Domed Arches Stencil and Masks set. You get 5 stencils and 5 masks in these domed shapes. You get like, they're gradiating shapes. You see they're like bigger, smaller, smaller, smaller. And you get 5 of them. Okay, so I'm going to start with the largest. And I have a panel of white cardstock here, which is 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches tall. I'm going to get to blending with the largest domed stencil. I'm using Pawsitively saturated inks, starting with the shade Lemonade. And I'm just doing a light blend around the edge. I'm not going to fill in the entire dome. That's just going to take up way too much energy. And you're not really going to see all of it anyway. So you just need that outer corner in a citrusy lemonade. Of course, you could customize this in any colors that tickle your fancy. But here we have a little bit of a warm tone domed background design. Okay, so once we get a nice little wash of lemonade, I'll take off stencil number 1. And then I'll lay down the next smaller dome. And I'm using the grid mat to help me line up my stencil each time. So it kind of, but when it's all said and done, it really wasn't perfectly lined up. You can see imperfections, but not enough to redo it. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so next dome, I'm using Peachy, which is the lightest shade in the orange family of the Pawsitively saturated inks. Next size smaller dome. This does go pretty quick because you really only need the color, or for what I'm doing, I'm only adding the color around the edge. So you don't have to break a sweat. Just a little dab will do. I'm using the Pawsitively, or what are these called? Simon Says Stamp blender brushes, which I've noticed, I don't know if you've noticed this, but they are slightly larger than the average blender brush, and therefore cover more area. Therefore, you exert less energy, and that's what it's all about. Okay, pardon my ridiculousness. It's been a long, hot day here in central Illinois. I don't know what's going on, but it's like in the upper 80s. And our poor dog, Hank, doesn't want anything to do with that. It's too hot for the poor little dog. Carnation is the next color. Speaking of Hank the Tank, tomorrow is his first birthday. Tomorrow is Hank's birthday. He's going to be 1. And we don't have a plan yet because, I'm a procrastinator. But by the way, I'm using the smallest dome stencil here with Peony. And this really, Peony brings the party. It really brings the punchy party. And, okay, look at that. Now, if you look closely, it's not perfect. But don't look closely. Okay, I'm going to add a sentiment from this new Yay You stamp set designed by the one and only Kathy Zilski. And I'm going to stamp this in VersaFine Onyx Black. I love that it's like an open block sentiment. So you can really see those blended domes behind it. And you can see there that I didn't get it fully stamped. But that's the nice thing about the Misty. I didn't have to re-ink it. I just had to add a little more pressure. I couldn't resist adding some of these butterflies. These are the new Dancing Butterflies foil and die cut set. There's like 5 new designs with these foil and die cut. The Dancing Butterflies just look delicious with, you just add them to anything. Just add them on the side of a sentiment. Just add a little butterfly. Don't know what to do? Add a dancing butterfly. Nice thing is you can foil all 4 at once. You can die cut all 4 at once. I used some of this, I believe it's called Prism foil, and I used Hammermill white cardstock. I am going to add a smidge of seafoam blending using one of those little mini blender brushes, just a touch of seafoam. And by the way, I foiled these butterflies using, I believe it's called Prism. It's kind of an iridescent silver foil. It's really delicious. These would also be good in gold. I don't have a lot of colors of foil, but I'm going to get some. You can bet your bottom dollar that. I need more in my life, but I feel like I always gravitate towards kind of a neutral, like a silver or a gold. Although, you know what? I feel like I need to have some of that rainbow foil in my life. Okay, for an extra sub-sentiment, I'm going to do this U equals amazing. This is from the new Reverse Yay sentiment strips, and I use one of those sentiment label dies to cut it out, and then I'm going to start assembling it. So I trim down the domed blended panel just a smidge, pop it up on a cream or ivory card base. Gonna pop up that sub sentiment right there, and then just add those butterflies. Of course, I popped up the butterflies because dimension is life. And then you gotta zhuzh them. Zhuzh those butterflies like your life depended on it. And then to finish it off, I'll add a few of these sequins. These are from the new PINATA sequin mix. They have delicious colors. I added a few in 3 different sizes. Before I go, I do want to mention all the supplies that I used on this card will be listed in the description box below if you're watching on YouTube. Send me some ideas to do for my dog's birthday. What do? Buy him a squeaky ball? Buy him a bone? Take him for a pup cup? I don't know. I hope you enjoyed this video. You equals amazing. Thank you so much for joining me. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.